Hey guys, Zaphod here, back for another weekly-ish edition of the comic strip. I am now halfway through the first week of my new job, adjusting to my new schedule, and I'm really enjoying it so far. It is a little sad not getting to be around comics all day, every day, but as you can see, I have plenty of that here at home, and it's nice getting to introduce people who maybe aren't as familiar with comics and pointing them into some directions that they might enjoy, which is what I'm sneakily trying to do at my new job, and we'll see how that works, but it's gonna be fun. Anyway, I have kind of a light week for you guys, at least on my end of things. I am trying to cut back on my list a lot with Emerald City coming up, and my new job, stuff like that, just different transitions and things. So we don't have too much to talk about, but that's okay. And I'm on the floor right now because all my surfaces everywhere are covered in books, and I was too lazy to move anything right now. So, oh well. Anyway, first up we have issue number 138 here of The Walking Dead. And as always, I try not to spoil these things for you guys. So what I will say is this is a good issue. There's a lot of development that's going on here, and I'm really happy with the direction that they're going in this current arc here. Open up a lot of new things, expanded in this world. And it's really cool to see what it is and the differences in people and stuff like that, post-zombie apocalypse. Then next up we have Ms. Marvel, number 13, where we hear a little bit more about her being Inhuman, yes, and so more interesting developments in this one, and then I read this and I was really tired, and so I went to bed. Then I was really excited for this one. I've been really stoked for it. You know how I feel about Mr. Chip Zdarsky. I like that man. And now he's coming to you from Marvel now. You can experience him from 2 publishers. He is writing this time, writing Howard the Duck, which I've never read Howard the Duck before. I know a lot of people haven't, so I'm not the only one for that. But if you like sex crimes, if you like reading Chip Zdarsky's tweets on the intranet, like I do, definitely a lot of fun, worth checking out. Very silly, makes Spider-Man look like a little girl wimp, crying about his poor dead uncle. It's a lot of fun. It's what you would expect from a Howard the Duck kind of comic, and it's exactly what you would expect from Chip Zdarsky. So Howard the Duck is, he's a PI. He's working down the hall from She-Hulk, who, doesn't like him so well. Tired of covering his bail a bunch of times. And next month we have an exciting team up with the one, the only, the Mr. Rocket Raccoon. So a lot of fun, good stuff. I'm really looking forward to issue number 2 of that. And then we have another number 1, because it's number 1 heavy this week, although light on everything else for me, it seems. We have Southern Cross here, from Becky Cloonan. And this one immediately reminded me of the story Roche Limit, which if you guys are reading, you may kind of get why when I tell you the description of this. So this is a story about a gal who is going to investigate the death of her sister up on a place in space called Titan, and she is going and investigating her sister's death, picking up her possessions, trying to see what really happened, because although it is a dangerous mission, she was working in administration, so there was really no way for her to just die. And so, but as she's traveling to where her sister was last seen, she uncovers the fact that she might not be the only one looking for answers. And so, it does have some similarities in the concept to Roche Limit, where, a guy goes up to a space station investigating the death of somebody. But, that's where it ends. They each, take their divergent path. They go, this is telling its own story. The art's really cool. It's Becky Cloonan writing it, which is nifty. And it's definitely a different take on things. And also I've fallen behind on Roche Limit, so I don't mind reading something else sci-fi-y. And, you see this happen all the time with movies and stuff like that, where 2 things with a roughly, loosely similar premise come out kind of around the same time. But you know what happens? These people worked on these ideas so far back that they came up with these ideas completely independently of each other, and they just happen to share similarities, just like so many movie years. It's like, oh, this is the year of alien movies, or what have you. But trust Becky Cloonan to still be original and do her own thing with it, and so I'm still looking forward to seeing what they do with this, and I'm intrigued about that. And then we have up number 2 of a series. I don't know if I got a chance to talk about number 1. It might have been during my hiatus. I'm not sure. But I am so charmed by this comic. It is Help Us, Great Warrior. And the Great Warrior in question is this little gal right here with a bow. She's so cute. It's a lot of fun. This is a great series. I'm really digging the Boombox imprint that they're doing with Lumberjanes and this title here. And it's a great series for all ages. I haven't come across anything here that would be in any way untoward towards little ones, but it's a lot of fun for me to have no children to speak of and just like to read the fun stuff. So the Great Warrior is reluctant to fight the demons that are threatening her town, and you know, you gotta wonder why, and you gotta learn a little bit more about her, and you know, it's cool. I'm charmed. It's just, I love reading comics that are deep and make me think and make me cry, but I also love reading comics that just make me happy, and series like this, and Help Us Great Warrior, series like Lumberjanes, Adventure Time, stuff like that, Teen Dog, those are series that you just read and they make you smile. And I think especially in this world where we do have those darker, those grimmer comics that are great and deep and emotional and make you think and make you cry, I think more so than ever it's important to have the ones that are just fun and make us laugh. Because sometimes you need that, and it's fantastic. Then we have up another number 1, one that I actually got a chance to read about a month and a half back, and it's also only $1. This is Hellbreak from Oni here, and it's from Cullen Bunn and Brian Churilla? I don't know how to say that, I'm sorry. And then colors by the one and only Dave Stewart, which is awesome. So occasionally what happens is publishers will send preview copies to retailers to give them a chance to check out a comic, see if they want to order it, stuff like that. So I have had a chance. I did read this one a while back, and it was cool. I dug it. Unique concept there. So this team here, in this world, there are thousands of different versions of hell. All of them are terrible. But it is possible, if you have the right tools and equipment, to break into hell. And if you're very lucky, you can break out. So what this team does, funded by the church, group of trained exorcists and whatnot, they try to rescue souls who have been trapped in hell. And it's not easy, and it's not safe, but it's what they do, and somebody's got to do it. So it's fun. It's from Oni, and hey, if you like Six Gun or anything that Cullen Bunn does, this man writes more books than I have any idea. Well, he probably is chained to a desk somewhere, let's be honest. These creators really aren't allowed to live in the real world. They just got to keep pumping out those stories for us. But as long as they keep being great, I'm down to keep reading. So it's fun. I will see what comes next from it, and we'll take it from there. Then we have, my last single issue of the week is, besides Batman Eternal, which I'm so far behind on. I'm gonna go and burn through that probably one of these weekends here. It's gonna be awesome. I'm so stoked. There's so much spoiler and Stephanie Brown that's been happening that I've been missing, and I hate myself for it. Shame on me. Anyway, last comic of the week is Shudder number 10 here. And those of you who aren't reading Shudder, I'm sorry. It's fantastic. This is a really cool world, a juxtaposition of kind of our modern world and fantasy world where you get, you know, talking lions that are anthropomorphic and stuff. And then, you know, being able to go into dream worlds and stuff like that. And what's really fantastic is Leila Del Duca, sorry, I don't know if that's how you say it. Her art style is fantastic, and she carries the story so much. Like, Joe Keating is fantastic, and I'm really happy. This is the book that he was made to write, and it's awesome. But her artistic, like, especially with this issues, the creative storytelling that she does just with, you know, pen and pencil or whatever she does to draw this. It's really cool. There's some really different breakdowns showing like different progressions of sketch to fully inked and stuff, but it's all part of the story and it all works seamlessly, but it's trippy and cool and weird and fantastic. So if you aren't reading Shudder, pick up a trade. Image Trades, $10. First taste is cheap and the rest of it's going to be awesome. So stop missing out and join the party. Speaking of trades, although this isn't really one, I was going to talk to you guys a little bit about what I'm currently reading, which I will be finished with very soon. And I actually thought about waiting to post this video until I finished reading this, but I didn't, for a very good reason. This book here is called The Sculptor by Scott McCloud. It's gotten optioned, I believe, for a movie, so it's going to be one that is going to sell pretty well. If you're looking for the dust jacket, this is what it looks like. So if you're looking for it on the shelf, this will be a little closer to what you're looking for. But anyway, this is a fantastic story. It's about a guy who's a sculptor. Shocker. And he's great, but he just isn't getting the breaks that he needs, and life keeps screwing him, and things just aren't working out. And he ends up making a deal where he can become a deeply, deeply talented, amazing sculptor and do everything he's always wanted to do and dreamt of with his hands and being able to sculpt in exchange for having 200 days left to live. And so that's why I did not read this before I did this video, because everything I've heard from the people I've worked with at the shop, they've said it's amazing and it'll make me cry. And if they say it'll make me cry, that means it will make me sob uncontrollably in a corner, because they cry way less easily than I do, and they were both a little weepy about it. So this book is fantastic. I'm about a little over halfway through here. It's a quick read. It's really great. There are 2 editions out there in the universe. There's a signed edition and a non-signed edition. I happen to have the signed one because that's who we are in this family. But it's an amazing story. They're going to be adapting it, so if you want to check it out before it gets adapted, and please, please do, because this story is well worth the read. Already, I am in love with this book, and I'm not even finished. So I'll, let you guys know here or on Twitter, what I think when I'm done. But you might just get a bunch of from me, which is fine. But I'm really stoked to finish it, and I, without having finished it, I can say safely that I do highly recommend this book. And I imagine when I finish it, I will still highly recommend it, even though I will be doing so a little bit more sadly, I guess, maybe. Anyway, that's it for me this week, guys. Thanks for putting up with my rambling and whatnot. Also, thank you guys for tuning in last week. My last week's video hit higher viewer count than ever, so thank you guys so much for watching. You have no idea how much it means to me, actually more so than ever now that I don't work at a comic book shop. Getting to talk to people on the internet about comics is honestly so much fun for me, and I really dig doing it. So if you have any comments, if you have any questions, if you want to recommend a title to me based on what I'm reading, whatever, I love talking to you guys. If I don't always get back to you, I'm really sorry. I'm busy and stuff with life and work and junk. Also, I'm really distractible, and I have a hard time remembering to get back to people, but that being the case, please, 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 I would love to hear from you, and I'd love to chat with you guys about comics and stuff, because this is my fix, and I love it, and you guys are doing me a favor by letting me continue this by watching. So thank you, all of you for watching. I have so much fun doing these videos, and I'm gonna keep on doing them because it makes me happy. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, guys, and I will see you hopefully next week. Alright, take it easy.